Well, see, this feels a little bit more normal.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable with this.
A little more comfortable. I'm back in the middle again,
Yeah.
at least when we have the three-way going on. I'm back in the middle.
Wait. Oh.
That didn't.
It's an Andrew sandwich.
It is. It's an Andrew sandwich. Gosh, why does my brother always have to be here for these?
Yeah.
This is
I don't
terrible.
have to. I don't want to. I didn't ask for this.
But what we have asked for is that we have it's the second part of Wives Week
That's right.
and a beer. Another beer that we're bringing to the table, but no more sours. We're kind of out of sours now.
No, we ran out.
We ran-
Our money ran out.
Yeah, exactly.
After all those
Sours get
expensive sour beers.
They get very expensive. So that's what we have for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beer that we're about today actually was selected by who? Let's go that way.
Yeah, exactly. So this is my wife, Rachel.
Hello.
Wife of, how long have we been married?
It's 14 years.
14 years.
Just recently, too, right?
Yeah.
Recently married for 14 years? Oh, recently married for 14 years,
Yes,
not just...
your anniversary
We
was...
were recently married 14 years ago.
14 years ago. No, well... Yeah.
So we kind of put this together a little while ago about, getting someone else on the show. We like having another person's point of view, whether they're a, beer drinker or not, or alcohol of any kind. And thankfully, both of our wives graciously volunteered.
Usually they bring the alcohol. So did you bring this? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Fitz, when he's here, he brought a lot of scotch.
I know.
Eric brought some sours.
No, actually.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, if you want to hear the worn down story, where did I get this?
Was this La Jolla?
This was in La Jolla. What did I look like after I came back from buying this beer in La Jolla?
Like you robbed a liquor store. And you were running from the police.
Do you have a picture that we could put up right here?
I don't think I do. I was sweating bullets. It was. I walked. I can't even remember how far. Like I said, thankfully, I got this at Dick's Liquor in La Jolla, so I've had this for a little bit now because we were on the search for 10th anniversary beers from Stone, sours, all these different things.
From Russian River,
and,
yeah.
man, they are hard to find.
Yeah.
But it was many sweaty travels and carrying many, many beers. And when I came back, you thought I was about to die.
Or you were mugged or violently taken in the alley or something. I don't know. But you were very
my
sweaty.
gosh. Well,
I'm glad you
but
didn't
they
have
didn't
to-
take my beer, though. That's right. I guess I was appreciative of
They
that.
just worked you over. But said, yeah,
Just don't take the beer.
Do what you want to the beer. Do what you want to me, but don't take my beer.
don't take the beer.
That's what
That's
I wanted
right.
to go for. There we go.
Violate me all you want, but leave me the beer.
Do you know how hard I've worked for this beer? This would be like nothing.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't have to mention that last liquor store on the podcast with Chris.
I know.
no.
It would have been terrible. That would have been over.
It
We'd
should
have had to
have
start it on the floor.
Should have been down.
Yeah, should have been down for the count.
Yeah.
So what we do have today is the Ballast Point Dorado Double IPA. And I got this because they said it was seasonal. They said it was kind of hard to find. And that was what I was looking for, stuff that I couldn't necessarily maybe get in Arizona. I don't know. You might be able to find this at Total Wine. It wasn't too
haven't
expensive,
seen that
actually. It
one.
was only $7.99, so not too bad for a seasonal kind of double IPA. But that
Yeah.
was Ballast Point. Always, I like a lot of stuff from Ballast Point.
Actually, I'd like
They
to
do good
try
things.
some of their other. I was reading that article. I was reading I was reading an article there today.
Thank you.
The article that we were discussing the other day was saying that Ballast Point actually does a lot of lagers as well. But I don't think I've ever had any of their lagers. And I don't know if they're only on draft or limited maybe to the San Diego area. But I'd like to look into that a little bit more. So
No, I haven't. Yeah, no. Wow, I didn't know they did. Oh, that's interesting.
that's what I was.
Oh, that's.
If you can believe what you read, which you can't always. But
Yeah. Did you find it on the internet?
yes.
It is true. 100% true.
No, actually, it was my favorite magazine, my favorite beverage industry magazine.
Imbibe?
Imbibe.
Was
yeah.
it also from 6 years ago?
No, that was the most recent issue.
So 5 years ago. No.
No. Just last month.
Just last month. We haven't podcasted on it, but one of our other favorites from Ballast Point is the Sculpin.
Correct.
That one is quite tasty. Which actually we had in La Jolla. You had that, remember when we went to the Spot?
The Spot. That's right.
That was the two that we had.
What was
did
the
I-
name
what
of it?
What did I have at Stone? We went to eat there.
Stone, you had the Cali Belgi,
Oh,
which you really liked.
That
Yeah.
I love that. I just had one of those.
Had
last
that on
week,
draft.
actually.
That was quite tasty.
Oh, draft. I've never had it on draft.
You've never had it on draft?
No.
Yeah, I had a sip, but you finished the rest of it.
good stuff.
Good stuff. And thankfully, you like IPAs. This is what you were choosing. You like flavor. You don't mind the bitterness. No.
Love hoppy.
Love hoppy. Okay.
Hoppier the better.
Wow.
We hope to be hopping all over the place.
Exactly. We will be pretty soon.
Yeah,
Did I
but-
mention the alcohol content on this? I think I forgot. 9.6%.
Yeah, you told me
it's,
from my
it's,
notes,
It's
but-
up there.
I'm not going to get a big head, am I?
I'm going to try not to.
Okay, thanks.
You asked for this. Oh, wait. No, I think I brought this up. This is all my doing.
What's that?
This theme week.
Oh yeah. No, I like it. I'm glad we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
I think it's awesome. I mean, I have always enjoyed our podcasts together. I like what we do. I think they're funny and
you don't want to do these with me anymore, do you?
No.
I knew it.
As things progress, we've taken many steps over the years to get to where we are today, and I think it's good that we are introducing more guests, and I'm glad that
and breasts.
Guests and breasts. That's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Guests with breasts.
This may be the actual title for this theme week. This might be the title for the theme week. This is very good. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
You just don't want men with breasts.
No.
Or moobs.
Moobs.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
No
No
moobs.
moobs. Yeah, it's breasts. It needs to be, yeah.
Guests
no moobs.
with breasts.
That's awesome. I love that. Actually, and people haven't seen you on our podcast before, but they've seen some of your work before because you've taken pictures.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Actually, the pictures of us that are on the site, and some of the pictures that of certain beers or wines that we can't find anything on the. That's Rachel's handiwork.
Oh, do you want to plug your website while we're on here?
Plug it.
Sure. It's lithophotography.com. I haven't updated it in about 3 years, but I'll be working.
But you're
soon.
still getting work from it, though. Apparently. So what was up there must be gold.
Yeah. It's all good.
No, Rachel's very talented. In fact, actually, we recently got our Arizona Highways magazine, and it was photography contests, winners, and all that. And Kristen comes out. She was reading it, and she comes out. And she's like, "Rachel needs to get involved in this. She should be in this." So, anyway, that's
very nice.
She's very
Takes
angry
them-
when she comes
I know.
out.
no, very forceful.
She was reading it in the restroom, and she said, "Damn it!" She threw it down.
Yeah, I wish she would have pulled up her pants, but no. That's how emphatic she was.
That's how angry she was.
Rachel needs-
Hey, sometimes things have to be said right away.
Right away.
Can't wait. All right, so we're going to start out with the most boring part first, which is not what you just did, but that's fine. We do the boring part of just looking at the color, which for me is pretty cloudy,
and there is some
little bits in there,
sediment in there. Yeah, some solids.
Looks a little hardy.
Definitely. I don't think it mentioned anything about being bottle conditioned.
What does that mean?
That would mean that they actually got the carbonation from it being in the bottle.
Oh.
Bottle conditioning. And so then that a lot of times you can have sediment. That's like with all the homebrew stuff that Jason and I do. We have to do that. And that's why you kind of never pour the last 1%.
You just got to grit your teeth when you drink.
Exactly. It's greedy.
It's a drink and a meal.
It is.
No, yeah, that's definitely it's not cloudy, but it's definitely you can't see through it. And the sediment in there, and then that's a nice though yellow
orange
color
in there.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like a wheat beer color.
Sort of.
Because it is slightly cloudy and then it's got that little orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
When do we drink?
We have to smell now.
Now we go over.
Now we have to smell now.
And actually, technically, if we're doing it the BJCP way, we would aroma, then visual, and then taste, right? That's how he does it.
Well,
right,
well, he does the duel where he actually almost like he's like
almost drowns.
Yeah, kind of. That's how Eric did it that one time. We're like, oh my god, he had a snorkel. It was very strange. I was like, do you need a bigger glass?
But effective.
Are you going to do the? You want to do the Scotch smell? Yeah, that's right. Hello.
How you doing?
Is everything there?
Love that guy.
It's hysterical.
Is there a little link up to him right now too?
I could put his picture up right now.
Hey, it's funny.
One of the favorite Scotch tasters. If you want to learn how to taste Scotch or any kind of whiskey in a humorous way, look at that guy.
I was going to say, I am still going to say there's like some piney notes
would.
in there. But then when I went back, like the third time, I got a distinct whiff of apricot. It was just really quick, and I hadn't gotten it before, so it may have just been, I may have misinterpreted my senses may be deceiving me, but
just smells good.
Yeah, it does.
It does smell quite delicious. Yeah. It's more toward mostly savory though, savory, piney,
herbal,
little
savory,
basil, sage, those kinds of things in there, but
not overly so.
There is a little fruit at the back. I don't know if I could, do apricot. Like I said, I don't know if that's would hit me, but there definitely is a nice fruit back there though too.
Touché.
But it
no, it was actually called Douche.
Yeah,
that was the sour.
We could make our own sour touche.
Yeah, actually, it'd be a blend. Be a blended sour touche because it'd be two different things. TWO.
Oh.
You guys are gonna have to invest in those oak casks.
I know. Yeah, get Jason to do that. All right. Now we get to the part that you wanted to do.
The part.
Do you want to taste now?
Chug.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Okay. That was a that was a Kristen tasting note.
I want more. Like,
There's more in the glass, and I have more in the bottle.
well, I mean, I was expecting more. Like a pow.
Really?
It's
you
very
know what?
smooth.
I would actually agree with, because some of the double IPAs we have had are like
Yeah.
not almost knock you over the head and almost too much for me.
Well, it's almost usually that is like a malt issue, though. Like, remember, like when we had the Hercules double IPA and stuff. It was like you had the good hops, but there was almost too much other of the heavy stuff on the palate that you didn't get the bitterness. And like this,
Yeah.
I'm getting all that great stuff, and then the body and the other flavors aren't getting in the way. They're letting
Right.
that be the star.
Right, and it's not overdone.
It is pretty bitter, though.
It's more balanced than I expected.
I at least I think
See,
so.
I'm more.
You can.
I'm more. No, I'm saying I'm more in alignment with agreement with Rachel, just in that, because a lot of times, like the double IPAs, like you said, probably because of the malt, are a little. I like them, but they're a little too much for me. Whereas this, I'm like, ooh. When Rachel said I want more, I'm like, I agree, and I'm about to go back. So, maybe I just didn't take enough. Maybe I switched it around too much.
I definitely like it. Not what I was expecting, but
It's
I
really
definitely
good.
like it.
I guess I can. I guess the line I'm drawing is like, yeah, I would agree that it is almost actually refreshing. Like, I don't have a problem like drinking
Yeah.
this, but there is a lot of flavor going on back there.
There
And
is.
I don't kind of want to sell that short because there
No.
is. I don't. I'm getting a little bit. I'm getting. It's just a really nice balance. Like I can't even really separate out the flavors of the hops, which I apologize for. But there's.
Yeah.
It's all the savory that we were getting, and definitely there's some fruit coming through, but I'm getting more grapefruity kind of thing, probably because of the bittering. But it really is. I mean, it's pretty strong back there. Like
It's
I'm still
dry,
feeling
too.
it right now.
It leaves me. It comes back to the front of my tongue and really is on the front, like with a dry.
I'm getting some good salt
But then it
going
makes
on
you
too.
wa- yeah,
It
yeah.
makes my tongue water a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. I like
what
it.
What else are you getting?
I like it.
Just very nice.
Very nice. Well, I'm not as technical as you guys are, but
We don't, honestly, it's
It's
just
good.
Whatever. That's perfect. That's all. Somebody at work the other day we tried a wine, and she had tried it before I had, and I came in and tried it. I'm like, oh, I said, there's almost like a little like black pepper, not the taste of black pepper, but like the spice of black pepper that
Right.
sort of after. And actually, it was Eric who was pouring the wine. He's like, hey, that's what this other girl just said. And then she came in and she's like, yeah, I really don't know how to describe it. And I said, but that's what you do. You attach it to something that you know. And then if you really want to get technical and learn what a beer taster or a wine taster or a coffee taster is going to call it, then yeah, there are places you can go to find that out. But if you just,
I think it was near the
first
back alley where I was able to save these beers. Is that's where you find that stuff out.
that's where the information is on there. Posted. So
I found a triple the other day somewhere. I can't remember.
I've
which one.
I've seen one
I talked
too.
about that with. I think I may have tweeted about. Oh, that was. I actually had it at 1702. They had one that was called a triple IPA, and it's actually, if you follow us on Untapped, I mentioned it, so you can find it there. It was something.
So does
very
that mean
unique.
that they just use it's triple hopped?
No, they
Three
were.
different- is
I
it
think it's
hops?
just they were probably just saying
A lot of hops.
Yeah, because if you look at actual beer styles, they'll have ranges of like, well, if you're saying you're an IPA, you should be from this IBU to this IBU.
Oh,
if you're saying
okay.
you're a double, you should be from this to this.
Okay.
And probably after a double, it probably gets pretty muddy. So maybe since they were over 100 IBUs, maybe they're like, well, now we're a triple.
I'm calling this whatever the heck I want.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, there's some pretty strict guidelines, but then also people are pretty fast and loose with it, which is also what happened to me. Yeah. No, sorry. No, we're done with that.
Back to that experience, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it traumatized me. I'm never
But you
carrying that many beers again.
Still got the beer.
Exactly. See, it was worth it.
They actually even threw one extra one in.
Yeah, it was.
buddy,
I only
here's
had
another
stone
one for
beer,
you.
and then all of a sudden they gave me this.
I got one extra. Oh, those guys.
so nice. Those guys. Those hooligans.
well, they're La Jolla hooligans, so they're gentlemanly.
A little more upper class. Yeah. Hooligans. Oh man. Oh well, this was awesome. I'm glad you sat in on this with us, and
Yeah.
Me
glad
too.
you- I'm glad
Very
you enjoyed
nice.
the beer too. And there's more left. Are you going to want
I
to
think
finish that
Yeah.
probably at the meal that we're going to have? You're probably
Definitely.
okay.
Yeah.
And you would recommend this?
Oh yes, definitely.
But you would tell Ballast Point if they were watching right now that you'd like a little more.
Yes.
Okay.
That-
A little more kick.
Look.
And hopefully, if you head on over to the website AboutBeverages.com, you can find the kick you're looking for in
More
the form
of everything you need.
in the form of Keith's tasting notes.
Yes.
And in the form of where it hits on our recommendation scale. And while you're there, definitely become a fan of us on Facebook. Which thank you. You did that the other day. Finally.
She recently
follow us on Twitter
rejoined.
and also subscribe to us on YouTube, which is a place where we've been getting a lot of comments lately. We really appreciate that.
Can people write in?
They can. Actually, I'm
Of
glad you
course.
mentioned that. You can always send us an email if you have a favorite double IPA that you want to tell us about. You can always email us at aboutbeverages@q.com. I've got that down here at the bottom. And
If you have something that might be hoppy enough for Rachel.
that's right. If you
Let us know.
if you've had this beer and know something that's even hoppier, my wife would like to know about it. But whether we like it or not, no, I don't think you do.
Okay. You.
No, neither of them know. They barely
They
watch.
don't know. They don't know what the heck's going on.
They don't know.
You should give it a shot.